So, I want you to imagine a movie or show that's been known in the past for having a particular character or thing at the center of it. Now, I want you to imagine that particular character or thing being noticeably absent in a newer version of that movie or show. Imagine Jurassic Park without any dinosaurs, Jaws without the shark, Disney without social and political pandering, or even The Witcher without, The Witcher. No, wait, Netflix has already done that.
Fuck.
I'm really looking forward to season 4 there, Netflix, you absolute fucking idiots. Anyway, that's pretty much what Alien Earth has become at this point. It's a show with the alien namesake, but not enough Xenomorph running around to justify it. Instead of dark, suspenseful, tense moments where you don't know where and when the Xenomorph is going to strike, we're getting plot lines about corporate espionage, sibling rivalries, and apparently a person being able to talk to and understand Xenomorphs. Wait, just...
Right.
Ugh. Alien Earth, episode 4. Let's talk about it.
Say what again? Say what again? Say what again? Say what again?
Now, just like with all my other episode breakdowns, from The Last of Us to Ironheart and whatever else I decided to trouble myself with that particular day, the aim here on the channel is to create conversation. Agree with what I have to say? By all means, vent your frustrations. Still on the fence about everything? Well, let us know what you're thinking. Disagree with everything I'm putting out there and want to call me an asshole?
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
Go ahead. You won't be the first, you definitely won't be the last. What I'm trying to say is that with subjects like these comes a large dedicated fan base, and unlike a lot of content creators who silence dissenting opinions, I welcome them, and I'll reply to everyone that leaves something in the comments section. With that being said, let's jump into my totally mature, straight-faced analysis.
Whoa. Here I come. Here I come.
So at this point, I think where Alien Earth is failing where it should be succeeding is in its attempts to deepen the mythos and lore behind the Alien franchise. There's been a few moments of clarity, like last episode where we found out that the facehugger eggs only open up when there's a viable host nearby, which excludes things like androids and synths. Fair enough, but in episode 4, for whatever fucking reason, the creators of this show decided to give Shitty Haircut the ability to, talk to the Xenomorphs?
You serious?
Yeah, I'm not kidding here. Shitty Haircut is slowly but surely turning into yet another stereotypical Disney girl boss that can do fucking everything.
Not a great plan.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not as well versed in the Alien franchise as I am, say, the Predator one. But the last time I checked, the Xenomorphs didn't have a well-established form of communication, let alone an understandable spoken language. Sure, they've always been able to work with each other, but that's been through a sort of hive mind dynamic. I can't remember any film where they've had this sort of individual will or personalities or characteristics. So did this show just fuck with the Xenomorph lore as a whole? I mean, imagine my shock that Disney bought up a particular IP, retconned a bunch of shit, and somehow screwed with the foundation of the entire franchise. Where have I seen this before?
The power of two. The power of many.
Shut the fuck up!
Just way to go, Disney. You've turned the Xenomorph from a mystical, existentially terrifying creature into a fucking dog that you can talk and give commands to.
Are you retarded?
Speaking of screwing with the foundation of the entire franchise, if you were expecting another tense, suspenseful romp through tight corridors and dark shadows, something that I thought this show was going to really dig into after the pretty decent episodes that were 1 and 2, well, you're shit out of luck here. The only Xenomorph we've seen in the show so far has been dead for nearly 2 hours of runtime.
Really?
But Toller talks, there's other creatures that they obtained from the Magadon. What about those? Well, yeah, they're there, I guess, but they spend more time in the background than anything, because this episode is more interested in exposition and irrelevant world building. Tell me, do you prefer to see a discount version of Timothée Chalamet playing corporate politics and espionage, manipulating everyone and everything in his way in an attempt to one-up Weyland-Yutani? Or would you rather have some edge-of-your-seat action set pieces as characters attempt to fight and flee a horrifying alien threat? Well, if you pick the latter, you can go fuck yourself, because that is not what this show is about.
Oh, come on!
Sure, there was a rather cool moment of creature horror where we got to see the eyeball octopus thing take over the body of a sheep during one of Kirsch's experiments, but most of the time spent in the lab around the specimens is used on boring-ass conversations and unnecessary character development instead of the threat everything in that room possesses. I don't care that you want to change your name to Isaac. Show me what the hell the alien penis flower thing is doing right now, you dicks. It's all just so forced and contrived, with character motivations being all over the place, feeling tacked on as opposed to organically developed. Why is Curly so obsessed with surpassing Wendy? Why is Joe so quick to turn on his morals and work for Prodigy after everything that has happened? Why does discount Timothée Chalamet take a weird, over-the-top mad scientist tech bro turn in this episode? Why is Peter Pan referenced so goddamn much in this show? Don't get me wrong, there is some pretty decent writing in short spurts, like posing the question of what makes a person, the mind or the body, calling into question the idea of AI, identity, and humanity. But instead of letting us think about what's just been proposed, Alien Earth promptly decides to answer all those questions for us, deflating any and all narrative drama and tension in a moment's notice.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way.
Just in all, Alien Earth is starting to feel more and more like over-corporatized, typical Disney bullshit. It's choosing to focus more on irrelevant thematic arcs and unnecessary world building instead of the franchise's core strengths. I don't know about y'all, and like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, but I'm barely hanging in there with this fucking show. It needs to recenter itself on the Xenomorph threat. It needs to ground Shitty Haircut's abilities a bit more into the overall mythology of the Alien franchise. It needs to cut out all these corporate, bureaucratic bullshit plot lines and lean more into the hesitant, visceral horror that made the franchise so beloved to begin with. And well, if it doesn't do that over these next 4 episodes, I don't think there's going to be a season 2. But hey, who knows? If Amazon can keep Rings of Power around for 3 damn seasons, maybe Disney can keep Alien on life support too. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for checking out my review. I'll talk to y'all later.